Yeah, what is up, everybody? My name is J-Rod with Baywood, and this is the Baywood Talk Show where I interview underground artists, creative entrepreneurs, anybody creative, and we just talk that talk. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Baywood Talk Show, and I'm Jordan Baywood, and today we have a special guest. The Medic is in the house.
Yo, what's up? Happy to be here. Shouts to the boy Jordan. Shouts to the homie TJ for linking it up. I'm excited to do this, and thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you rap for Logic. 401.
Big, yeah, 401.
401. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the ads. And Token for Cypher. We're going to talk about that, and for Carl Wolfs. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I want to know, tell me about your life, what you do, where you grew up. Tell me, go back a little bit.
For sure, man. So, I'm from the Toronto area. I live in Ajax, but I go back and forth between Markham. So it's just like the greater Toronto area. Those are just two like cities that, they're like I think I'm like half an hour away from the actual like Toronto itself as a city. So like for those of you that don't know that are listening, like Toronto is like where Drake is from. So the 6. So like that's what that is. And, but yeah, so that's where basically I grew up around here, 16 years old. And yeah, I just make music. I rap. I do like rap and hip hop music. And I've been doing this for about like a little over 3 years now.
Wow.
So yeah.
So Ajax, I watched the series on YouTube, the freestyle, or was it the Beat Challenge, the producer challenge? They had a lot of Ajax people. It was somewhere in Canada.
Oh, true. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
What was it? But it was really...
Was it on my YouTube?
No. It was just on YouTube in general. It's like this big producer tournament that they have in Canada.
They do that in Toronto. Yeah.
Toronto, yep.
The Beat Battle. Yeah, I know
Beat Battle, yep. Dude,
yeah.
More than half the people are from Ajax.
That's pretty wild.
So do you know a lot of artists there?
Nah, I know artists like just around the greater Toronto area. I know my neighbors, like they rap. They do like trap music. But aside from that, I don't really know, too many artists like around here, like local,
Yeah. Okay.
It's just like the bigger ones that are in like the actual city of Toronto, but that's like deeper in. So yeah.
I got you. Yeah, it's called the Battle of the Beat Makers.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah. So I watched that like 2 years ago, and I just remember hearing Ajax all the time. Yeah, because it was always in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
So who, like 13 years old, what got you started?
Discovering, NWA, I guess that's what it was. Like I was always, listening to music, but like it wasn't specifically rap. So like I knew Eminem at like obviously just cause like radio and stuff like that. And but yeah, I don't know, something just when I discovered NWA and I started to dig deeper into their music, it told me like, even though there are certain songs about like, women and cash and drugs and whatever, there's also rap music out there that has deeper meaning. So then finding NWA led me to dig more into, B.I.G., Dr. Dre, Eminem. And then like from there, I just like, that's where it sparked.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So you had that like, damn, there's like something deeper to this. It makes me like, I can actually understand what they're talking about.
Yeah. And it's just like, it felt like I was always into art growing up. So like, I used to like, like draw. I used to like write stories and stuff like that. So I was always into, being like an artist in general, but it became music at that point. So I was into poetry at the time, I think already, cause like school and stuff like that. And just like me loving to read, like I used to be a big bookworm back then too. And then I just thought like, this is a good outlet to express my thoughts and how I feel and stuff like that. And then, I just started writing like just for fun. And then I thought to myself, like I could probably take this like to another level if I keep going with it. So like, let me just pursue this. And then at that point in time, I'm like this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. So, yeah.
Dude, that's so dope that you found that at such a young age, man.
Yeah, for real. I feel like it gives me an edge, cause like,
it does.
I'm not trying to boast or anything, but like, there's certain things that me and like TJ and the rest of our team are doing that like artists that are in their 20s aren't even doing right now.
Dude, seriously, I'm 21 and, I have so many friends that just like, that's what I mean. Like, age just doesn't even matter at this point because, we have the power of the internet. It's about how hard you're hustling and working, dude.
Exactly. Straight up.
Like, a lot of people, they'll email me and be like, hey, I'm 12 years old. Can you help me? I'm like, no, you got to learn how to help yourself before you start asking.
Yeah. It's like, and we're in an age where you don't need somebody to necessarily put you on. The internet, I feel like the fact that we have the internet means you can put yourself on, and you don't need that Dr. Dre to come discover you and put you on a label and put your music out there.
Exactly.
It's like you can build a fan base from the ground up, and so many people take the internet for granted and think they need somebody to put them on.
Yeah. I feel like even if we feel like, man, we're using it, we can always, like, even I know that, you know, I'm trying to do everything I can, but I know I can do more and, you know, spend more money.
There's always more. I agree, man.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, a lot. And another thing is, like, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. It's like, I know certain people, it's like, you know, they want to put their music on Spotify or whatever, and they ask me, they're like, yo, how do you put your music on Spotify? I want to do the same thing. I don't want to just use SoundCloud. I'm like, oh, okay, so you can register for a distribution service. You're going to have to drop X amount of money. Then if you want to use certain beats from YouTube that you're listening to and that you want to rap over, you're going to have to spend X amount of money on that. And then once they hear that there's money involved, they're like, oh, okay, thanks. And then they never end up doing
I'm done.
it. It's like,
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. It's like nobody is willing to invest money into themselves. It's like if you're not willing to invest in yourself, like 99.9% chance, like you're not going to pop in any sort of way.
100%. So what do you use for distribution? DistroKid?
DistroKid.
100%, dude. Yeah, it's the wave, dude. I was just, you know, people keep, all the time people hit me up. I just got someone set up on that today because they didn't even know about it. And this other dude's like, hey, what about a Muse? You know, it's free and you get all your royalties. I was like, dude, do you realize anything free is coming with a cost? So I don't know if you've ever seen a Muse, like their ad pop up.
I think I've heard of it, but I never looked into it.
Yeah, so I was just looking into it, and it's like their whole goal is to discover the next big artist. But I don't know, like that CEO who did that, he's already ran down 2 businesses to the hole. So, you know, they're just giving out all this distribution, which distribution doesn't cost that much, but still, it's like you're gonna get what you pay for. And if you're not investing in money in yourself, you're gonna get what you pay for. You're not nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what you put into it is what you'll get out of it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, and exactly. Well, and even a lot of people like that, even, you know, will invest in their stuff. Let's say they invest $20 into an Instagram ad. They're like, oh, it didn't work, so Instagram ads suck. I'm like, dude, just try it a different way.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. There's always ways around it, and like, a lot of people are just, they'll dismiss it if it doesn't live up to their like standard. You know, they'll dismiss it.
Have you have you done any advertising?
Early on, I used to do like Facebook ads. Now we do Instagram ads. So yeah, in terms of just advertising for that type of promotion, we're doing Instagram ads at the moment.
Yeah, I love Instagram ads. Do you do local ads like no?
We do radius? we target certain locations
based on your analytics for who's listening to your music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Nice, dude. Yeah, because TJ, right? He's a marketer.
Oh, TJ a genius, man. TJ a genius.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some stuff with him because.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely gonna do some stuff. Yeah. Because I had this one, dude. You should do this if you haven't. But get your like top fan, whatever your Spotify for artists, and see whatever city. What's the highest city they're listening to right now for you? Like one of them.
If I go on Spotify for artists, I probably can dig deeper into the cities. Like I'm from Canada, so it tells me like the most I have is in the U.S.
Yeah.
Let me peep it right now. Profile, audience, okay. So if I go into like cities, so if I click on United States, I got like a lot in LA, New Jersey, and then like just like so for the United States, like a lot of it is in LA and Jersey.
Yeah, okay, New Jersey. Okay, let's, for example, say New Jersey. So you post an Instagram story saying, hey, if you're from New Jersey and you listen to my music, please DM me right now. And then they reply, they're like, hey, I'm from New Jersey and I'm a fan too. So I was like, and then you'd be like, hey, could you take a video of yourself, like just listen to my music or dancing or just like vibing to it? And then I'm going to post it on my account and then I'm going to put an ad a mile radius around your house. Because those people are going to be like, hey, I know that dude. Wait. what is he doing on this account? Like, and then they're gonna look into.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a cool little idea.
That's actually cool. Damn. That's right. Oh, do we have to keep it clean, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just make sure. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I never thought about it like that. That's pretty dope.
I'm definitely gonna do that for every one of my tracks. Like, I can't wait for that. It's just like free content, dude.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it's definitely gonna work. But dude, I really like the way you're doing your content. You realize the power of video on Instagram, obviously. So.
Oh yeah, of course.
Super
the
happy about that.
videos and stuff. We're doing that.
And there's like, I do the same style of videos, just me storytelling, but it's just, isn't it easy? It's just
It is. It's so a lot of people think too deep into it, and like they overthink it, or they're not just one. It's like, bro, I set up my speaker, I plug it in, I play the beat, I put up I just use my phone camera, man. And I just use an app to put a border around it and I upload it. Just use hashtags, upload it, and then I get like, I always break 1,000 on each freestyle video I post. And it's so easy, man. I can't explain how easy it is.
I know. I don't get it. Why more? I try to tell all my rappers, I'm like, dude, you need to start putting out just video content of you rapping, showing it. Every new song that comes out, do it. Like, that's what I was seeing. Like that Travis Scott one, 6ix9ine, keep it. Yeah, you're killing it, dude, with that. And
man.
It's just, so I'm going to definitely show all them, like, hey, dude. Look, check out this guy, and this is what you gotta do. Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's like TJ is the one who put me on to like doing those. Like, you know, when new tracks come out, like we're quick to react. So it's like Travis's album like dropped, but we were quick to react. We're like, okay, fine, let's find the song on there that a lot of people are talking about. Go sicko mode because Drake's on that. So it's like, okay, make a quick 1 minute freestyle to this. It's like 6ix9ine. As soon as that dropped with Nicki Minaj, it was popping on social media. So we're like, okay, react quick. Hop on that beat, make a freestyle, upload it, and then it's like it works, man. It works, easy to do. Sure. Like for real, you don't need to go to a studio and make like a fancy video in front of a mic of you doing it. It's like, bro, just go in your bedroom and just do that.
Yeah, it's just work. It's hacking culture and just seeing where the attention's at. Yeah, dude, 6ix9ine's new song I thought was hot though.
Yeah, like compared to his other stuff, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's funny because it's like I didn't like any of his other stuff, and then this one. I just call it a banger because I'm comparing it to his other ones. But it's still, I like the beat a lot. So Murder,
the beat is hard. Shit. Murder beats, shouts to Murder.
Yeah. So, dude, tell me about, okay, what's the first, like, big artist that you, like, rap for or anything? Like, what was the point where you're like, damn, this is a dope opportunity, your first opportunity that came across?
Let me think. So, Token was probably like one of I've been listening to Token since he was like 16. So I've been listening to his music since like 2015, I believe, or like I think almost he was like 16, 17 years old at that time. And I really looked up to him because I'm like, yo, there's like a young dude who's popping on YouTube making freestyle videos, whatever. It just really inspired me. So I kept I followed him up and whatever, and I just stayed active on his content. And then he came down to do a show in Toronto with Hobson. He was opening. And he had a meet and greet thing, so I just went there, and then he was doing a cipher and and like every city you went to, he basically did a cipher with the fans at the meet and greets and stuff. Damn. So like that was probably like that first like pretty big artist like in my eyes that I got to introduce myself to and rap for. And the video's on his Facebook too. He posted like every artist that rapped for him in each of those cities that he went to on the tour. He has like one big like long video that's like half an hour long. It's just like a compilation of all the dope freestyles. Dude,
that is awesome.
Yeah,
that is really dope, dude.
Facts.
I love that. And then what did you post it too? Is that when you like started your Facebook, or like what was going on at that time? How many songs did you have released?
Oh man, I had like when was this? When I met him, I believe it was April of 2017. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know how many songs I had out. Probably like 10 or 15 or something like that. I'm not too sure. But like my songs were like, they weren't even like that good back then compared to obviously what I have right now. Because like there's always progression and evolution to go through as you're building up as an artist. But yeah, I didn't have like, around that time, I didn't have a single person listening to my music that was outside of my city. So I was like, I was still like, fairly just trying to navigate through and just like, figure out like strategies for like content and stuff like that. At that time, I was just like, I'm gonna just release a new song every month or something. I wasn't really thinking too deep into it.
Yeah.
But once I met TJ, like I like me being the artist, like I had the content, whatever, and I had the talent, the skill, and the music. And then when I met him, we just got it just gave it more of a like direction.
Yeah.
Basically like management. That's what it is.
And did he reach out to you, or how'd that happen?
Yeah, his homie or like somebody that he's, I think his homie Jaden or something ended up finding one of my music videos, and he just sent it to TJ. He's like, "Yo, this kid's actually pretty dope. Check him out." And then I guess TJ just decided to reach out based off that, and we just been working since then.
That's dope, dude. And yeah, that's really dope because obviously he's doing a good job because he hit me from my Sean Bay podcast and he was like, dude, I have the perfect guy for this. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, I'm definitely down. Yeah, dude. And I would highly suggest you to even start one of these podcasts because you see how easy it is. And the reason being is because you could reach out to bigger rappers than you and they will get on your podcast.
That's true.
It's the best. And it's like, it's so easy, dude. All you have to do is just edit the audio.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even have to edit the audio, actually. You could just upload it right after we're done. But I edit the audio since I'm an engineer. But, dude, I was listening to your music, and I saw, like a really big growth between, let's see, was it from No Timeouts to...
Oh, yeah.
To Level Up, your newest one?
No, my newest one is a Fine One.
Yeah, I think I listened to that on Spotify or something.
Yeah. I got 3 tracks on Spotify right now, so we're fairly new to Spotify. But yeah, like basically, I went on a pretty long hiatus before I dropped Level Up, just because like I was trying to figure out what to do with like the upcoming music, and like I want to take it to that next level, so like give it some market it better and just like get more results than I'm getting right now. And then it just like the pieces just fell together perfectly after TJ reached out, and we just been hustling. Yeah, because the ones I listened to are Spotify, and then I went to SoundCloud. I was like, what the hell? And you're mixing all your stuff, right? Yeah. No. I don't know how to, what's it called? I work with, like, different engineers, and, like, I go to different places to record. Okay. Oh, so they record you and mix you? Yeah, exactly. Okay, I got you. And what is that? What is, like, the prices around Canada, like, for that? What do you pay for that? It depends, to be honest. Like, the guy who I'm recording with now, his name is Troy. He's also an artist. So like he's basically renovated his basement. So he has one room in the basement just dedicated to just like a studio, basically. Nice. And it's like around here, it's around like 40 Canadian per hour, I would say. Okay, yeah, that's about what it is. It's 40 US dollars here. So I was just making sure what kind of, if it's higher price, because actually I was talking to someone from LA. And they said the prices are like pretty much the same for like normal people, like for like normal studios, but obviously the big dogs are way more. And 100%. Like if you're going to an actual like studio with a booth and like a mixing and like table and everything like that, it's definitely the rate's gonna be higher, and they have a professional engineer in there with you, so they're paying him per hour too. Right. So it's like that. Just all those factors really determine how much it's gonna cost you per hour, and then if it includes mixing and not. Right. It just really depends. Yeah, good. I'm glad you understand the difference between recording, mixing, and mastering, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people think you record it and it's done. It's done. You pay $40 for one track and it should be mixed and mastered. Like what? No. Yeah, exactly. And once people find out that there's like 3 levels to doing it, and the producing and getting a beat, or producing yourself, whatever it is, that's when they become, less motivated to actually go and get it. Yeah, I've told multiple people that, and I haven't heard back from them since. I'm like, you just gotta understand, man. Yeah. You gotta understand. That mixing, I'm not gonna do the mixing while I'm recording. We'll do that unless, after time it'll get cheaper. Unless there's time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you build a rapport, and if you build like, a connection, and just like you keep coming back to that same engineer, maybe they'll be down to cut you a deal because you're like a regular. But yeah, it all depends. And it'll get faster for them to mix anyways. Yeah, because they'll be used to, they're gonna get a feel for you as an artist and your voice and everything. Yep, 100%. So where are you looking? Are you getting your beats from YouTube or people you know? It's like all around. Like sometimes it's like for I can't say too much because we got upcoming stuff
Right.
that we're just keeping on the low for now. But people that we know personally, producers that I've talked to on YouTube, producers that I've linked through on Instagram. It's just all around, so it's not just one spot.
Right. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just made a YouTube video today on a new place for producers to sell their beats, and it was the use of their highlights to put trap beats,
100%,
R&B beats, this type beats, custom
just
beats.
Put the category, just put slides and just preview what you got. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's definitely gonna be new because I would rather see Insta stories with people like putting their beats up than Instagram posts because I think that stuff gets very annoying.
Yeah, it gets played out too, especially if you're doing them like every 2, 3, like every day, like multiple times a week. Like it just gets played out unless you have a new way to present it each time. But most of the time, people don't.
Yeah, 100%. Because but the cool thing about like that you're doing different. You're not only your videos all don't look the same, and it's all like different stuff. Oh, by the way,
sometimes
that Logic video is so dope, dude. Did you put an ad behind it?
That was a moment. No ad. I got no ad. Thing. What's it called? I got one of my homies runs a fan page. And he runs a Logic fan page, and he has like over 10K followers on it, I believe.
Wow.
It's like he's been rocking with me and my music for a while. So like even before his fan page started popping. So whenever I got any Logic related content, like if I do a Logic freestyle or something like that, he reposts my shit. Or like even sometimes when I drop a song, like he'll repost it. So it's like since so many people saw it on his page, like dude, on his page that same video that I posted has 75,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's because he put a border around it too. So like it just when people went on their Explore page, it just gave him even more incentive to click on it because they knew what it was going to be about.
A border? Oh, like a thumbnail or something?
Yeah, like a thumbnail type thing, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, that's really dope.
Yeah, man.
Has any of your posts gotten the Explore page?
Oh yeah, like this. What's it called? The 691 that was on Explorer. This NF Dreams Freestyle that was on Explorer. This Logic one, obviously. That's what I know of for now anyway.
Right.
Because people message me because they're like, yo, I saw you on my Explore page. This is dope. So like that's how I find out.
Oh, that's really dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Instagram's great, man. A lot of people definitely using it right. But so what did go really down with that Logic video for people that are listening?
So that video, basically, Logic was in Toronto July 5th, and he does this thing every time where that song gang related. At the second, like once it's ending, that the end of that verse is really fast. So he'll normally lock eyes with a fan that he sees turning up the whole show, and then he'll rap it with them, and then he'll throw them his hat. Essentially, that's what it's like a tradition that he does basically. So I made a poster and everything to get his attention. So I talked to him like at the very beginning of the show, and then I introduced myself and whatever, told him my age and whatnot. Then he continued. Then like 3/4 into his set, he did gang related, and then my homie Steven, shouts to Steven, he got me on his shoulders and then stood up so we could get Logic's attention. And then this little kid, like he was like 11 years old, he did the same thing. He got up on his uncle's shoulders or something, and then we were both like just like going head to head with Logic. So Logic threw that kid like a hat from the side, like just like a brand new one, and then Logic threw me the actual hat he was wearing throughout the whole show. So it's like I got like the hat Logic was actually wearing, which was pretty fire.
Dude, that's fire as hell. So what's up with that hat?
I got it. It's in my room. I don't really wear it too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear it. I mean,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just got it hanging in my room. It's pretty cool. I just look at it and just like it just gives me like more of a drive just every time I look at it.
100%, dude. That's what's cool about that. And it's like I always loved Logic because of the community he created. You know, when he used to do those videos of going over to fans' houses and playing video games with them?
Yeah, exactly. The Incredible True Story, the fan tour.
Dude, that was incredible. Like
for real.
That made me a big fan of him.
Yeah.
What do you think about what's going on with Logic? Like, there's a lot of hate going towards him right now.
Yeah, because of all that stuff he talks about being biracial. I mean, sometimes it is too much. Sometimes it's like it is what it is. The real fans, obviously, they don't let that bug them. They just continue rocking with him. And yeah, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm more of a fan of his older music. I'm not too much of a fan of his newer stuff, just because I feel like, me personally, I feel like he's not obviously as hungry and as, you know, like his stuff isn't as raw. But I mean, that's with every artist, you know. Once they're starting out, like, you can hear the hunger in their voice because they're doing that because they're hungry to get to that spot. And then I feel like some artists, once they get to that spot, I don't know if it's them being complacent, them caring less, whatever it is. Like, don't get me wrong, I know Logic, he still puts work in, but I just feel like sometimes his verses are like kind of like wishy-washy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as an artist, like, you can't just be creative for the rest of your life, and the older you get,
sometimes, exactly.
You're losing stories to tell.
Yeah, exactly. And then, and then if you're not trying to lose stories, it just gets too repetitive.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of hate on the peace, love, and positivity thing. That's like, hey,
yeah, like, that's his motto, basically.
Yeah, and that's what I've seen a lot of hate on. Lately. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, they call him corny or whatever, but I mean, he's doing him. He has dedicated fans. He has millions of people listening to his music. He's winning. Like,
yeah, he's definitely winning. Like, would you rather someone saying that or talking about drugs and doing all this bummy stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Straight up. And it's just because of his appearance. Like, if he was 6 feet tall, he was black with dreads, and he was saying that same shit, people wouldn't look at him. People would probably give him more respect. Like, obviously, everybody's gonna hate on anything that they can, just for whatever reason it is. But I feel like he would have way less hate if he was actually, like, if he was black.
Yep, 100%.
Like, they see him like a white dude. Yeah, it's like white dude wearing glasses, immediately corny, immediately trash. Like, that's how they see it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, even people hate on Eminem still. It's like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
His album was trash, but he paved the way for a lot of us.
Yeah, straight up, he did pave the way, 100%.
And it's like, we still take them for granted. I mean, people even take Lil Wayne for granted now. So it's everybody,
he is a legend.
He created this for us. Well, definitely the wave of rappers that are going on right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. he definitely played a huge part.
Definitely. And it's like, dude, I think it's just the older you get, the more you just gotta. I think it's more of like a thing. Like, Dr. Dre, I think, is a genius of what he's built an empire, like Apple Music, beats, and all that. It's like, okay,
definitely a mogul.
If we can't be like an artist forever, because we're always not going to be that hype, right?
Yeah, exactly. After a while, it's like, it's like staying relevant is like, that's a challenge.
Yeah, and that's the biggest challenge.
That's why you always have to keep eyes on you. You have to be consistently, dropping content at least every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I agree with every 2 weeks.
Because if you're not, like, you don't want to give, like, here's the thing. Here's this, like, love and hate relationship I have. Like, Russ. He was dropping, like, there was a time when he was dropping a song a week for, like, 60 or 80 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And, so it's like, that work for him is not necessarily going to work for you. Like, you could be putting out a song a day. Doesn't mean it's good. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, you could be like, I'm putting out a song a day. Why is this not working? Why am I not seeing any growth in my statistics? It's like, doesn't mean it's good. Like, you have to be putting out good music. So it's like, that's where you have to find the balance of making good music and then putting it out at a consistent rate. And that's how you got to keep people's attention and eyes on you. Just by, you have to be putting out content, like I said, at least every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I agree with that because... Yeah, Russ, I'm a big fan of Russ. Like, the whole mentality.
Yeah, a lot of people be hating because of his personality, and I get where they're coming from, but you can't deny it. His music is undeniable. His music is fire.
Yeah, dude, his voice is just incredible. Like,
straight up.
And he's working with one of the best producers ever, Scott Storch.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, dude. Big fan of his.
Yep.
I'm glad he's making a comeback because I remember that time where he was. I don't really remember, but I grew up listening to his, like, beats. He was the one that made everything, 50 Cent and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he's making a comeback. And, it was from cocaine. He spent all his millions of dollars on cocaine, so it's kind of cool to see him paving back away.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just coming back. And that also just goes to show you, man, like, you can't, let your past and shit define you.
100%. 100%. Because he easily could have. He'd be like, damn, my time's up, man.
He's like, I'm worn out. It's over for me. Nah.
Yeah, he says he feels younger than ever now. Working with the most up and coming talent in the world right now. It's crazy, dude.
For
so
real,
much motivation.
Man. Definitely.
So who's some other people you look up to?
At the moment, I listen to a lot of NF.
Oh, I love NF.
Yeah, NF is really fire. Yeah, before that, I used to be like a lot of Logic. But like at most of all right now, it's obviously Fora. Shouts to Fora. But like that dude's like actually the homie now because I met him when he came to Toronto. I also listened to a lot of G-Eazy. So he came and did it. He was on tour with G-Eazy, and G-Eazy stopped in Toronto. He had 2 nights of shows back to back. So I met Fora the first night because I was going mainly for Fora. I listen to more Fora than I do G-Eazy, but I like both of them. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I got to meet Fora that first night, and shouts to my homie Nelson, rest in peace. He recently passed away in a car accident. He was there with me. Yeah. And he bought our tickets and stuff because like I had no money at the time. Just so and like he was pretty broke himself, and like he spent like the last little bit of money he had and got us like tickets to go there and whatnot. So but yeah, we ended up meeting Fora, rapped for him, whatever, just introduced ourselves. We got to chill with him backstage for a bit before the show started, and then him and his team were just so nice. They're like, yo, like, are you going to be at the show tomorrow? I'm like, nah, we only got tickets for the first night. He's like, yo, come through. We'll give you free tickets for tomorrow. So they gave us free tickets. They got us on their guest list. We got to watch the rest of the show with Fora in the VIP, like the artist section. And it was just like, so yeah, we went both nights. And then like a couple weeks later, he followed me back on on Twitter. And then yeah, we talk occasionally in the DMs. But yeah, man, like he's like, I look up to him, like he's one of my idols, and like that's like I see him kind of like a big brother, you know. Mm-hmm. Like whenever I'm feeling down, whatever, he's like, I can hit him up and like he'll respond, which is pretty wild.
That's amazing. I think I've heard a song from, I think it's something with Smile or something.
Fake Smiles, yeah.
Yeah. I need a. Yeah, man, I'm gonna look more into him. For sure.
Straight up, man. Yeah, he got an album dropping soon. It's really dope.
But how many albums does he have out?
He has like, I think he's 7 projects in right now.
Wow.
Or 6? I don't know.
So has he made it, or is he still like? Is he signed?
Nah. He has a deal with Warner. He's totally made it, man. This guy's got millions in the bank and everything. He's set. Like he's just not as known. That's the thing. But yeah, he has a collab with Trippie Redd coming. He has a collab with Black coming. He has a collab with Tory Lanez coming. Yeah, he's making moves on the low.
Okay, like, I was about to say
he's not in the mainstream. That's why.
That's gonna really put him out there.
Yeah, that's gonna help put him on, definitely.
Because Black has a huge fan base. All these guys, he's getting in every little niche possible.
Yeah,
I see.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, man, shouts to him for real. That's the big bro.
Yeah, it's always nice. It's pretty much like a mentorship, pretty much, because a big brother.
He kind of is like a mentor. Yeah, he's like a mentor. That's what it is.
It's essential, as you know, us young artists. We have to have that, person up there.
That figure. Yeah, exactly.
Straight because up. As family and friends and all that is amazing, but in this like music scene and stuff, we have to have that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's essential, and straight that's what I'm trying to.
Like, yeah, you have to have, like, either a mentor, like, that idol to look up to so you can kind of, like, see the footsteps and what you're, like, not completely follow that, like, not try to replicate it, but just, like, you have, like, kind of, like, a blueprint. But it's, like, it's just a bonus, like, if you're able to actually, talk to them and just, like, meet them and shit like that and just, like, get advice. That's just a bonus. Yeah,
that's amazing that he DMs you.
Yeah,
and stuff
it's like
when you
it's such a blessing, like for real, just to be able to like hit him up. He has like tons of fans that there's so many people that are like diehard fans of him that wish they could even meet him. It's like the fact that I met him and I can talk to him whenever and like he follows me. It's just like it's crazy. It's surreal. Like just after listening to him for so long and looking up to him, and then me being able to like see him as a big brother is like it's wild.
And it took you to go there and introduce yourself. It took you to network. So that shows more. That shows a lot of what kind of person you are, and that's.
It was the winter time. We were in line for 8 hours, man. 8 hours to get in the front row. It was crazy.
That is insane, dude. What?
Yeah, 8 hours in the winter, man. We were freezing.
That's crazy, dude. That just actually inspired me. I need to, so like a lot of people's like I go to a lot of I used to go to a lot of raves and music festivals.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, I stopped going because every time I would go, I would get so inspired that I want to leave and go make a track.
Word, I feel you.
So I was like, damn. So I stopped going. I haven't been to one like I think over a year now, and people keep like asking me like, hey, like trust me, you just network at this event. And I was like, I never really thought about it like that.
No, like straight up. That's what like when I remember the first Logic show that I went to. We were networking. What's it called? I was freestyling for people in line. Like I would just like have like a little conversation with them, and then I'll tell them like, yo, I make music too, and then I would just rap for them, and then if they fucked with it, I'll just be like, yo, here's my Instagram, whatever, and then I would just get a follow. So I did that, and I got like about like by the end of the day, I had like 40, 50 new followers. So it's just like, you know, just the little things count.
Yeah, but that's like, but you're meeting them in person, so it's like
that's even better
for the long term.
Yeah,
so that's
it's
really
just
dope.
like, you know, like hitting up someone and being like, yo, listen, I just dropped a track, can you please listen to this? Like that I used to be that guy, and like now when people do it to me, it's so annoying.
Oh my god, it's the worst.
Yeah,
it is the
and like
worst.
even if their track is good, like it's just that they're just, you know, it's just like that's just not the way to go.
It's not the way. It's so short term. Yeah, because in
100%.
Our Discord community, we did have 300, but I accidentally deleted 100 people out of it because they weren't, and I really, it was like by accident. But like a lot of people come in and will just start promoting their music.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, dude, come on.
Yeah,
and then I have to DM them or have the mods DM them, and
yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
I don't get it. Like, I don't get it why so many people have this mindset, and that's really why I made my marketing YouTube channel. But it's like, I don't get it. I don't know how we can change that, because I want to change that.
Exactly, man. For real.
It's like Twitter. Do you have a Twitter? Do you use Twitter?
Yeah, I have Twitter. It's the same as my Instagram handle.
Okay, because
all my social media is the same except Facebook, because except Snapchat. My bad.
Yep, mine
too. Because you can't change your Snapchat.
Isn't that the most annoying thing ever?
Facts. I literally like once I cracked it that you should be easy to find. I made also all my social media the same.
Yep.
And like I didn't want to make a new Snapchat because like I just already had people that have me added there and stuff. So just like, I don't want to make a new one and I'm going to have to rebuild it or whatever. But yeah, so then I left it at that. But everything else is at the Medic 905.
Right. But yeah, Snapchat's, it's okay that it's not the same because people aren't going to add you by username. Well, they're not going to be looking you up by Snap by your actual like @ name anyways. It's pretty much like.
Exactly.
So it's not too bad. But I do hate that you can't do that. It's like really annoying.
Straight up, yeah, it is annoying. Hopefully they change that, but yeah.
I'm glad you have it on the same on all your social medias though, because that's a really important thing, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because that's funny. You're doing all the things I made videos about, and it's like you're way ahead of the curve.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. There's always, more stuff I could be doing.
Right.
But
what do you think you could be doing for more then? I want to hear it because
you know Gary V's $180 challenge.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot, and I gained probably over 1,000 followers off doing that just for like a month, I believe. Started slacking on that. But yeah, I feel like that's there's obviously more things, but one big thing that comes to mind is that, like, if I'm talking in specific, because I feel like I got a lot of results off of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I feel like I definitely need to be doing that more.
Yeah. I agree. I could be doing that more too. That's like one thing. Even if you are doing it, you could do it more.
100%. Like he says, do 10 hashtags. One day I did 30 hashtags, and like I woke up with 60 new followers.
Yeah. That makes sense. But hashtags are weird too because it's a lot of bots.
Yeah, that's also true. There is. I definitely agree. It's like, but that's why you have to leave. You have to go into a hashtag obviously that you're interested in, so that people check out your pages are gonna fuck with you, because like say they're posting about G-Eazy or an F, someone like me is gonna go into that hashtag to comment. And I'm not just gonna be like dope and leave a fire emoji. Like I'm gonna actually comment what I actually think of the post, so it's meaningful. And then that's just like being active within the community. That'll help you gain more eyes on you and turn people into it could be potential fans. Yeah,
100%. So when I was doing the 180. strategy. I was, just searching up the hashtags I like, and commenting, and following them, DMing them, building a real relationship. Was that like something? It's pretty much the same thing you were doing.
Like at that time, I was only going into hashtags that were popular. Okay. So that's the mistake that I made. Like, that is something you should be doing, but at the same time, I didn't also think to do some popular ones and then some hashtags that are actually related to me. So it's like I would do like hashtag fashion, hashtag Kendrick Lamar, like stuff like that. So I would just go into like, a hashtag where like a lot of people are posting about, but that doesn't have anything to do with me. So people would still check out my page after they see my comment, but that didn't mean that they were gonna fuck with what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I get you.
But yeah.
Gary V and Russ favored one of my tweets before.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, Gary V. He liked one of my tweets. Russ doesn't know who I am yet.
Yes, yeah. We're gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, because I had to restart my Twitter, so I was like, I'm just going to keep tweeting at them. I'm going to keep tweeting at them because I know they have egos, even though they say it, but, they have the ego. So I was just going to, something to do with raising up their ego. And I said, man, and it just, they both favored it. And I met some really cool producers that I collabed with and some videographers through it.
They saw that tweet got liked?
Yeah, so they when Gary Vee and Russ favored it, what I did is, it's like, okay, of course, if they're gonna favorite something, it's gonna get hella likes. But I was like, you know what people aren't doing? And this was even before that he released that 180 strategy. So I was like, okay. So I everybody that favored it, I DM'd them. Like 180 people. So I just DM'd them all. I was like, hey, I'm glad, we have the same taste in artists and, entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's a smart thing. That definitely is.
Yeah, so that's always good. And another strategy that I've been actually doing recently is let's say I go to where the community is at and just try to get those people because
yeah, 100%.
I love doing
Another thing is you should go into your favorite artist comment section on their most 3 or 4 recent posts and reply to some of the comments if you agree with what people are saying.
Oh, yeah, I like that one. I never even thought about back.
That's a good one because it's like you're already in their comment section. So if somebody likes Fora and you're heavily inspired by Fora, that's like they're gonna check your page after you reply, and chances are they're gonna turn into a fan.
Dope. Do you do that with Twitter too?
Nah, my Twitter game is weak. I need to build up. TJ been telling me yo, you need to get more active in the Twitter communities. I only have 500 followers on Twitter.
That's all I have too. Twitter's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Twitter is it's harder definitely. It's you can't do the same thing with videos on Twitter, and it's just same thing with photos. It's basically just what you're posting in words. To be honest,
I have a good thing for you to do on Twitter that will really get you hella exposure. So I did this. You might have actually done it I did where, retweet this, and I'll make you a 30-second beat based on what I think you listened to from your profile. So obviously you do that in freestyle form.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. I like that. Yeah, it's some people I've been seeing this going around. It's follow and retweet this, and I'll draw your avatar. I'll try.
Yeah,
I'll try and draw your display picture.
Yeah, and they just make it. Yeah. They make those goofy ass things that take 2 seconds. Yeah,
but it's exactly.
it's funny, and it gets people even more people to retweet. So if you do freestyles, you could do something really.
Exactly.
That would definitely be something cool. Because that's definitely you're taking time out of your day to record a video for other people.
Exactly. It just means and especially if it's decent or if it's good and they like it, it'll just mean that much more to them and give them that much more incentive to keep up with what you're doing and just hit that follow.
Yep. I think it's the best Twitter hack ever.
For real. Yeah.
Other than that, Twitter, it's just so much negativity. It's really hard.
It's very. Yeah, exactly. It definitely is. A lot of people be trying to knock you down, but I mean, that's how it is. The world is high school. The world's full of bullies.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I thought once. Yeah, high school wasn't even that bad. Well, see, when I was in high school, I didn't even do music. I was always played guitar, but it was just kind of a thing I played. I never thought about really putting out music, but When I went to my first music festival, which was after my senior year, I realized, like, damn, these DJs are playing their own music and they're making us feel all the same. So I was like, I want to be just like Flume.
Yeah.
I took a DJ set to my freshman year dorm, and I was just playing loud music, and everybody came to my dorm, and I was like, oh, I love how I'm getting so much attention. I'm doing this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, for real. It's crazy.
The attention is great. And when you got, like, started getting on Spotify and stuff, did more people take you seriously? Is it, like, kind of like family and stuff?
Yes. Yeah. No, well, okay. Here's the thing with family. It's like, to be honest, only my, what's it called? My mom, she understands what I'm doing. She gets it. The only thing that she doesn't like is, like, when I be staying up late and working on stuff. Because she's like, I really tend to, there was a long time where I was, and I kind of still do, I was focusing so much on my dreams and my goals and my music, and, like, just that work is like, I was like, I was neglecting my health so much. It's like my sleeping schedule was so screwed up, and I was just always, like, locked in my room, isolated, just working on stuff. I was, like, eating, like, hella junk food and all this stuff. So my sleeping, like, so then I decided, like, after something, I had a terrible anxiety attack for the first time, and my mom called 911, and, like, the ambulance took me to the hospital and stuff, and then at that moment, like, sometimes you have to have that occurrence and that bad thing happen to you in order for you to realize. Then I started going to the gym. I started drinking more water. I cut a lot of sugar and, like, soda and stuff out of my diet. I started losing a bit of weight. So stuff like that. It's just like, that's the one thing that she's looking at. You have to have a balance. She's like, I know. She's like, she's heard my music, so she's like, I know you have good music. You have music with a meaning. Like, I understand why people like your music, and you have fans, like, online, and that people fucking with you. She's just like, you just got to make sure you have that balance, and that's just something that I obviously, right now, I'm not gonna say that I do have that balance. I'm still trying to find that.
Right.
But yeah, long-winded answer when it comes back to what you're saying, people taking me seriously by being on Spotify. So she gets what I'm doing. She supports me. My dad gets it. Probably not fully. Like, he doesn't use social media, so he doesn't see what people are saying. He doesn't see the views and stuff. But he just hears what the music that I make. So he kind of understands it. Then, like, the rest of my family, like, they don't really get it.
Yeah, I don't.
But, like, as long as my parents get it, like, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's even, you'll see the older you get, like, the reason. So this is cool to do with friends, because there's those friends that will always knock you down, even if in quotations friends, like, even best friends, because they don't have dreams themselves, and that's naturally what people will do.
100%.
But I was like,
they're gonna knock you down because I know plenty of people. I feel like, and I don't want to come off as egotistical or cocky when I say this. I know so many people around me, because I know everybody deep down has some type of dream, some type of, at least one, like, major goal that they have in life that they want to achieve. That's, like, out of the norm, like, out of the regular, like, that's unconventional. And I feel like, because they're too scared to chase their dream, when they see somebody actually taking risks and making moves and whatever, they're gonna try and knock them down. Because if they feel like they can't succeed, they don't want to see anybody that's around them or their peers succeed. So that's one thing. And then, like, what's it called? Oh, the thing you're saying about Spotify. It's like, so many people, like, being in school, whatever, they're like, they'll not take you seriously because they're gonna label you as a SoundCloud rapper. Because, like, even if your music's good, they're not even gonna bother to listen because it's on SoundCloud. It's like, I saw this twist from, like, the social circle, like, of just being in school. Once I had, like, stuff on Spotify, people who had never bothered to listen to a full song of mine, they went on Spotify, they're like, yo, this kid's actually good, whatever. It's just like people have this, this misconception of, like, the SoundCloud rapper thing. Because that's obviously where everybody puts it, because it's free to put up your music there.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people do it.
Yeah, and, like, they just always see in the comment sections, like, yo, check out my link in my bio. And then they see it's a SoundCloud link. It's like, fuck that.
Yep, 100%. It definitely is weird, and you're exactly right. It makes themselves feel better when they knock you down.
100%.
But when I, since in high school, I was, like, a big follower, because I didn't know myself. So when you don't know yourself,
straight up, man. I was a huge follower. I still don't know myself, and it scares me. Because not knowing Yeah, I know, but it's like, still not being aware that you need to know yourself is, like, I feel like that's a good thing. Like obviously being, you know, there was a point in time where I was a major follower, and there's still certain aspects of my life where I kind of am a follower.
We'll definitely, we'll always have that. That's what humans have.
Yeah, 100%. What's it called? What else? Yeah, so I was like, you know, there was a time where I was like a major follower and shit, and like, but yeah, I'm aware that I need to be more self-aware of like who I actually am and who like staying true to myself, shit like that. And I feel like, you know, just continuing and focusing on the music and like cutting off a lot of the people that were having a negative influence on me, like just from, you know, being a freshman in like grade 9. It's like I was hanging around like older kids, like just trying to fit in, trying to be cool, and like I was like skipping class, and I was like, you know, smoking weed and just doing like a ton of like dumb shit. And but like, you know, finding what's it called, realizing that music was the passion and everything, and just like looking up to like, you know, positive artists with a positive message and stuff like that really helped me you know, just cut these people off and focus more on the music. And like I saw, like I lost a lot of friends to this shit, even like people that that they might have had some type of a negative impact in my life, but they were still, you know, they genuinely cared. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just like that's how it goes. You know, when you're trying to chase the stream and you're trying to stay focused on the work, sometimes you get distant from people, and it sucks. Depending on like, you know, who it is. Like sometimes with families, sometimes with like, you know, relationships. It's like that's why, you know, me and my girl split. The person, what's it called, the girl that I was last with, it fell out because I was just I'm too focused on this shit. Like I'm not good at making, you know, time for people and just like giving other people attention and shit like that. And I feel like that it's a weakness when it comes down to people you genuinely care about.
Dude, that is actually crazy you said that. Like my last couple, I can't even have a girlfriend right now because I'm so focused that I just want to build myself up right now.
Exactly. And it's just like sometimes I find it this way. It's like sometimes, you know, like there was a time when I only had like when I would talk to girls, and some people will judge you based on, obviously, like if you tell them, I make music, I rap, like you tell that to a girl, she's gonna check your social media, and there was a time when I had like 300 followers, so like I was like, they were quote unquote like out of my league or whatever, so they would blow me off. And it's like at that time when I was like like I was just like, you know, chasing women and chasing girls and shit, like just being like, that's when I was like not too focused on the music. It's like they wouldn't take me seriously because like, oh, he's just some wannabe Eminem or whatever. And yeah, it's like now, you know, you see, like they see like I'm trying to like kind of like build a buzz, and like I'm linking up with like bigger artists and shit. And it's like now I get girls who are trying to talk to me, and it's just like I'm not even about it. Like I just blow them off. It's just like, you know, I'm just trying to build myself up, and then sometimes I get scared. It's like I don't want to spend so much time building myself up, and then like if somebody's interested in me, what if they're just interested in my status?
Yeah, well, it's gonna get more and more like that because
exactly. Like I'm already noticing it, and it's just gonna continue.
And if you're already noticing that, young, it's just gonna it's gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna be actually nuts for you because I'm telling you, like the chasing part is funny because, you know, we like what we can't have, and you know it's part of our nature to chase after like females and stuff. But it's crazy, like that those girls get more interested in you. The ones that turn you down get more interested in you, the more social clout you get. And
exactly.
It's like, it doesn't even about looks or anything.
Straight up.
It's about that you're following. So that's why I'm big on that, because I just want to, dude, I don't care. I want that attention. Like, it's gonna be nice.
Exactly.
It's definitely gonna be nice because
it's just like, you know, sometimes I think like, I lost my train of thought. What was I just about to say? Yeah, it's like, you know, what we were talking about, building yourself up, and that's why you don't even have time to like get with the girl and shit. So like I'm either thinking that way, or I'm thinking about like I don't really have too much to put, like I don't really have too much to offer to you know, I'm in it for both of us growing. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like I want to be with someone, or like even just like not even just like with like even just like a social circle of friends. It's like the people that I hang around, like even like dudes. It's like I'm only want to associate with people who have dreams, have goals, have aspirations, but they're also actually putting work towards it, and they're putting the work in, and they're not scared to chase that shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's like that's how it goes for me. Even like if it's when it comes down to a relationship too. It's like I want to be with someone who actually has goals and shit that they're trying to achieve, so we can like build each other up and put each other on and just like grow, like kind of like on some empire shit,
Yeah, exactly, on some empire shit. Because what I was gonna say, even about the friends part, my best friends growing up, like we were so close. We hang out like every single weekend. It's like this, this past year, I really cracked down on, I'm working every day. I'm working on this every day. They keep inviting me to parties. I'm like, no, and they call me fake and all that. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, straight up, man. I get exactly. Man. I relate. Like, I was friends. Like, there's friends that I've been friends with since like for some dudes. Like once I got into high school is when I started taking the music shit more seriously. So that's when I got more distant from people. It's like kids that people that I've known since I was like 6, 7 years old. It's like I've been friends with them for like 8, 9 years. It's like, I had to cut them off because like at the end of the day, they were just about partying and they were about fucking around and whatever. And I'm just trying to do this shit. And then like they used to support me when I wasn't taking the music seriously. And like now since I cut them off, they're like, oh, you're like they'll talk shit about me or my music or what I'm doing. And like they'll call me fake and like two-faced or whatever. It's like, oh, he's only in it for himself. He doesn't want to bring his friends up with him, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like nah, it's not that I don't want to see you winning. It's like I'm not, you're not. We don't have the same. We don't want
We're
the
not
same
the
thing
same
out of
wave,
life.
like, yeah.
We're not in the same lane. We're not in the same lane. Yeah. It's like I'm in my own lane. Shit ever. Yeah. For real.
I'm telling you, dude. When I dropped out of college, bro, all my friends were like, dude, you're fucking crazy, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, finish it off. I'm like, okay, so if you want to work with someone in a corporate job the rest of your life, please go ahead. I'm not knocking you for doing that. I'm just going my own way. I'm a fucking boss. I'm a boss.
For real.
I'm trying to build my empire.
Yeah.
I work harder than you.
You do you. Yeah, exactly, man. For real. And like, there are so many people that, they're like, oh, why is he always locked up in his room? Why is he always writing and shit? And like, that used to even be my mom. And then it's like, cause she didn't, like, that was at a point when, there wasn't any, not like, that was a time when I was only getting like 100 plays on a song on SoundCloud. Or like, I only had like a couple hundred followers and shit. So they're like, oh, why is he wasting his time? Whatever. And then obviously, like people like my mom or like my friends even, or not friends, but like just people that were like my peers, then they start seeing results and shit. So it's like, oh, so this is what he's up to all day. This is what he's working on in his bedroom. This is why he's always not coming. Like, this is why he's not going out every weekend, whatever. And it's like, so like, it's either that. So here's the thing. A lot of people will either deem what you're doing is important or like seeing you attain success is if you have clout or if there's monetary value attached to it immediately. Like if they're seeing you making hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars immediately, they're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I'm gonna take him seriously. Or like if they see like you have like, like you have like a couple thousand followers, like a few thousand followers, whatever, like early on, they're like, oh, still, like I'm gonna take him seriously because he's on the rise. And like, it's just like otherwise they're not gonna deem you as important unless they see numbers.
Yep, 100%.
Like I agree. Like I agree to an extent. But obviously it takes years and years of work to get to that. That's what a lot of people don't realize.
They don't get it. They don't get the grind.
Yeah.
And it's like I always explain it like, hey, do you understand that you are going to college for 4 years to get an entry-level job? And you're gonna complain to me that I've been, in my studio for 2 months straight, and you're gonna complain about that? I'm like, dude, what I'm trying to do is less than 1% of the people can do, and you're gonna get that entry job after 4 years. But guess what? If I don't make it, I can always get my degree because there's no age you have to be.
School is always gonna be there. Yeah. You can always get a job. That's what a lot of people don't get. You can always get a job.
And it's like, dude, if you're not actually building skills, if you're not building skills, this is what I actually. This is like a really cool.
If you're memorizing shit from a textbook and regurgitating it onto a page,
you're wasting life. And so what I noticed is, I was in marketing, and I was like, okay, so if I'm talking to people about marketing and trying to figure out ways about Instagram, this was like last year when
they don't teach you that shit in college, I don't think.
But even people that are doing marketing, they didn't even want to talk about it. They just want to talk about what they're going to do on the weekend. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm something different. Like, am I not right for marketing?
Yeah, we're a different breed. That's what it is.
We definitely are.
I feel the same way, man. I feel you.
And it's just crazy because, you know, 100%. The first year of college was definitely fun. You know, the partying was definitely fun. The girls were fun, but if like you're at 16 years old, you're gonna kill it, dude.
I appreciate that, man. I feel it. I know it's gonna happen. I've been speaking that shit into existence. That's what it is. A lot of people call me overconfident or whatever it is. It's like, you gotta be.
Oh, what do you want me to be insecure,
like, you don't understand.
Motherfucker?
Yeah. If I was insecure, I would be where you were. Like, that's what I say. It's like if I was taking your advice, I would be where you are at right now.
Dude, I'm for sure saying that the next person that says me, they're gonna shut the fuck up. Like, they won't even be able to speak.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck, dude.
No, it's so true.
Like, it is. That's funny as hell, dude, because I was telling one of my buddies, like, he's in finance and stuff, and I was like, hey, dude, why don't you fucking, you know, he's selling insurance now and stuff for an internship. I was like, hey, why don't you, like, start a YouTube channel and just, like, you know, talk about the things you're learning and try to help some people out.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Document. I was like, because, you know, build up your brand. He's like, I don't need to have a brand. I was like, all right, buddy, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Yeah. Nah, you really don't. Yeah, branding is like, you know, it's so important, you know, how you present yourself, just using social media to your advantage and shit. Like, a lot of people don't get it. It's like, if a lot of people, even like artists, like, you know, aspiring artists and shit, like, sometimes they, like, people younger than me, who don't even have a song out, like, they're just thinking about it and they're just writing rhymes but keeping it to themselves, to, like, they just ask me for, like, you know, advice, like, just regular shit. And, like, I remember I mentioned to one kid, it's like, somewhere in the message I mentioned something about, like, what's it called, building a brand for yourself. And he's like, oh, I'm not trying to do clothing and stuff like that. I'm like, no, you don't get it. You as an artist making music are a brand. Like, you yourself are a brand. You are, like, that's what it is.
And it's like, you're either a bad one or a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up. Exactly.
It's like, how do you want people to perceive you? Because social media, your presence on social media is more important than what it is in real life.
Oh, big time. You're reaching more people at a bigger scale on social media than you are in real life. Depends. Like, unless you're seeing 1,000, 2,000 people a day. Like,
exactly. And it's just, but it's also incredible because, like, when you use it to, you know, actually build real relationships, it's like it's so much better. Like, people have this negative connotation, like,
for real,
you spend too much time on social media, like, that's what's, you know, that's gonna ruin you. I'm like, dude, you don't understand the type of relationships I'm building. We're building, like, 100%. This is more real than the conversation we had over the past 2 years.
Yo, I felt that when you said that. That's so real, man. That is so real. And it's like, when people say, like, why are you doing this? Why are you spending so much time on this, whatever, you should go out more. It's like, I don't even bother explaining myself to anyone anymore, because it's just going to be a pointless conversation where in the end they're going to keep their negative perception of me. And it's just like, it's just pointless. I don't bother explaining myself to anyone anymore.
100%. You shouldn't, because we do have that.
It's like they'll realize.
Yeah, they'll realize.
They'll realize when it's too late.
It's too late. And that's what I was wondering. Like, you know, when I'm out touring and stuff and playing at festivals, I'm like, dude, these dudes are all my friends are gonna come along and say they believed me the whole time. They were here helping me the whole time.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Damn, dude, that's gonna suck. Cause I'm like, you were with me in the studio every goddamn day when I was, you know, when I needed help.
Yeah, you were, you know, it's like you were checking in on me when I was feeling low. Like, you didn't bother to ask, like, where you been at, whatever, you know. Like, a lot of people, I feel like, you know, a lot of people will claim to be your friends, and, like, even if they don't support your music, like, even if they're just friends with you as a person, like, I feel like one thing that's so, like, and this is just on some human shit, it's like, people don't bother hitting up other people to check in on them.
That's true. I'm
Even if they know you're going through shit, especially then, they still won't bother to check in on you. Some people, and, like, this comes down to marketing too. A lot of people have too much pride to send a DM to someone.
Yeah. I don't even understand that anymore. I think it's the state of mind
for real.
that, you know, transition.
Yeah.
But
people put themselves on a pedestal, and they're like, "Oh, I'm too good to talk to so and so."
Yeah, and dude, because when I had my own like Instagram, it was Jordan JNR 16, and it'd be like a normal Instagram that any of your like normal people have. I would just post like when I go on vacations and stuff, and it was like one of those things. And now that I look back, I have my brand like all established and stuff, and I've been building it for like about a year now, and it's like, dude, I feel bad for those people that have that. I think it's like, it's just funny because it's like, damn, we're so established. We're taking more seriously like this. Like, imagine if I was just posting booty ass pictures, and imagine if I was in that state of mind still.
Yeah, man.
It's so crazy to think about, dude.
100%. There is one dude, okay? And he hit me up. I've known him for years, and he recently wanted to get into producing. His Instagram account is private. He only posts selfies of himself or whatever, like typical photos. And he asks me, he hasn't made a single beat in his life. He's never been in the studio. He's never produced anything. And he's never put any piece of content out. He hits me up and asks me, he's like, how do I build a fan base? I'm like, dude, your Instagram account isn't even public. And you haven't even put out a beat out. It's like, how do you expect to build a fan base? He's like, oh, okay, I get it.
No, you don't. You don't get it.
Like, yeah, you don't get it. He thinks that he has to have a fan base in order to put shit out. A lot of people think that way. I know one dude,
true.
He's like, yo, don't think I'm slack. Like, he put out a post. He's like, yo, don't think I'm slacking. I'm working on music. I'm just not putting any of it out because I need a fan base to give it to. If I don't have any fans, why am I gonna put any music out? It's like, it's vice versa. You have to put the music out in order to get eyes on you.
God.
It's like, people don't get it.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard.
For real. It's like, I need a fan base to put music out to.
And I get when people say like, hey, no, I don't want to put out music yet because I just want to like find my sound. Yeah. And I get that.
Yeah, I get that. That I can understand. Yeah.
But you just be like, hey, do what I did. Like, just release shit.
Yeah.
Like, listen to my first track. You'll hear like, my latest track. Because growth, definitely watching people grow is one of my favorites. Like, artists that I know, like, from here on out, watching you grow, it just inspires us as, creatives. Yeah. It's just going to only inspire.
I feel you. Straight up, man. I feel you 100%.
You have a really great mindset, man. I love it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Dude. It's like, there's not, a lot of people don't know that I have this mindset shit because, like, they never really bother to have this like a conversation on a deeper level with me.
Oh, totally, dude. That's why I really started the podcast because when I was having conversations with like people, I was like, dude, let's just record this stuff because. But even when you try to have that conversation with like other people, it's just like, dude, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. It's like I'm talking to a goddamn wall.
Exactly. It's just like, there's only like certain people that I can really, vibe with and talk to.
And we got to have the same goals. And that's why I literally all my friends that even come over now they're all artists. And, the more you grow, the more artist friends you'll meet in your city. And it's definitely great.
But a lot of things is like, I tend to stay away from artists locally because, deep down, there's so much jealousy and like hatred behind these people. Well, in my experience, anyway. I'm not trying to generalize every artist that you'll meet locally. It's just like the experience that I had is like they're gonna act like they fuck with you and whatever, and but like then I go and hear some story about how they were talking shit.
Oh, I got you.
And like it's like
there's an ego problem.
Like, just being in school and shit. What's it called? There's other artists and shit, and like, what's it called? Then they'll look at me and they'll tell their friends like, yo, he doesn't deserve the clout that he has. He doesn't deserve to be meeting these people. He doesn't deserve, fans that are in different parts of the world and shit. Like, it's just like it comes. That's why I tend to stay away from artists in person. It's like I love networking, online and talking to different people. But it's just like, I'm also that person who's just like, I'm hella, as much as I network, like I'm hella antisocial.
Yeah, me too. Dude, trust me.
It's like, I don't like going outside. I don't like talking to people. Like, I'm just like,
I feel you because I forgot to mention that I only hang out with like very few people.
Yo, straight up, on the daily, I only talk to 4 or 5 people max.
Yeah.
Including my mom.
Yeah. Dude, you should definitely join our Discord though. Well, that'd be dope. You'd be definitely an inspiration to a lot of kids because it's actually really dope because a lot of kids are trying to get the mindset that that we have, but they just need some guidance and some. And
yeah, I feel you. That's a good thing. Yeah, and like that. Also, that karma will come back to you.
Oh, 100%.
You taking the time and putting that energy into the universe in terms of guiding these kids and like trying to show them a path. So that'll come back to you in some shape or form.
Yeah, it's really cool because that's my definite goal. Like if I never end up touring the world, well, I still want to do this no matter what. Like I
100%.
Like. Meetups where, we, help young kids, with music and stuff because it's definitely, I'm going to be honest, like, 99% of you in this room are never going to make it. But what you can do is build a brand behind that and you'll have that for a lifetime and you can do whatever you want, even if it's not
100%.
in the industry.
And I also feel like a lot of people have everybody has their own perception of making it and success and like as an artist,
Yeah, and I don't even know what it is.
A lot of people think like, yo, I made it if I have like a song that pops like Gucci Gang, like my music video like pops up like that, blows up like that. Like at the end of the day, not so many people are thinking about building a brand and cultivating a fan base from the ground up. I would rather have 1,000 dedicated. I would rather have 1,000 followers, and each of those 1,000 followers listen to everything I drop. They buy every merch piece that I put out. They come to the local shows or whatever. Then have 1 million followers and like they're all ghosted.
Yeah, dude, I feel you on that, and because it's so long. It's like definitely.
I'm like, it's just a long-term thing. Just building dedicated fans.
Yeah. And
like an actual fan base, they're gonna stick with you.
Yep, and people, a lot of people don't get that because they're just. They want those big numbers.
They're just focused on, like, of course, numbers matter, but, like, also the actual people that... I don't care about the follower count. I care about what people are saying in the comments and the people who actually DM me saying they like my music.
It's really...
So that's when it's like, it's real. It's like that follower count, like, you could say, like, yo, Logic has 5 million followers. That means he has 5 million fans. Holy shit. Nah, only a few 100,000 people of those 5 million are liking his posts, and only like a couple thousand are commenting.
And even then, he probably has a lot of fans that aren't commenting, and then a lot of fake ones that are. So it pretty much probably balances.
Yeah, exactly.
You never really truly know, but only Logic knows.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it for you? What is your definition of making it? Because I don't understand. I could never grasp my head around that too. Like. When people say 10-year goals or something like that, it just kind of like boggles my head. I'm like, I'm just, I have my monthly goals. I have my long-term goal.
Yeah, exactly. I
have daily things.
I feel the same. I think the same way. To me, at the very, obviously, like I said, I want to cultivate a very dedicated fan base, kind of like what G-Eazy has, what Fora has, what Logic has. I don't want like this wishy-washy fan base, kind of like on some like Lil Pump shit, where it's like, what I deem as like actual fans and like making it is when you see asses in the seats at the shows.
What'd you say? Could you repeat that?
When you see people in the seats at the shows.
Okay, gotcha.
When people are showing up to your show, your actual concert, your headliner, whatever, it's like that's when you know that.
That's true. Real. Yeah, because you actually see the real people. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, because it's like it is kind of hard to tell on social media. Well, besides when people like comment like great things or DM you, like damn, you're really killing it.
That's what it is to me. Yeah, I don't care. I could have a photo that has 500 likes. Liking a picture doesn't mean you give a fuck about the person. It literally takes a swipe and a double tap to leave a like on a picture. Yeah, it's just like
Sometimes I get caught in that too, though. We all get caught.
No, I feel you. I'm not trying to act like I don't. Sometimes I do get caught up in it. I'm like, oh, if only I just want this picture to hit this many likes, or I want this video to hit at least X amount of views in like a week or whatever it is. Of course, like we as artists, some people are gonna be like, I don't care about numbers, whatever. It's like to an extent, like I do get caught.
But I feel like we all do. It's just like. 100%. It's just that exact balance. Like when you see a couple comments that are saying nice things, you're like, okay, I don't need to worry anymore. Like. It feels good.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Because if nobody comments, then you're like, damn, what the hell am I doing wrong?
Like, what did I do wrong? Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny because
that's what it is.
I'm like thinking like, building the social proof is definitely. Oh yeah, what I wanted to say is with like the friends and stuff that don't believe in you or any like people around you or your new followers don't really believe in you nor care about you. Why should they? But how do you get them to care about you? Well, it's obviously by uploading content, but it's also by showing social proof.
Here's another thing though. What do you mean by social proof?
Meaning like documenting your growth. Like when someone DMs you something nice, you post that shit on your story and be like, thank you.
That's what I do.
Same here.
That's what I do.
And dude, I've never seen so much growth and respect since I started that, because people are like, damn, this dude's really like growing. People are really liking him. I gotta check him out and see what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, and like a lot of people get surprised when I reply to their messages.
Really?
Like they're like, "Oh shit, you actually replied." I'm like, I'm a lot of people, and then I get it. It's like somebody with 5,000 followers thinks that they're too good to reply to people's comments and reply to people's DMs. Like I just don't get it. Like I get if you're a dude who's getting thousands of comments per post. Obviously, you can't reply to everyone. So if you reply to one person, then it's like either people are going to feel like they're left out, or they can look at it as like, oh, at least he's trying. At least he's being active with his fans and stuff. So it's like, that's the thing. It's like, and this is what gives more incentive to people to stick around. When I actually take the time to reply and send them an actual message, like I don't say thank you and then an emoji. Like I say thank you, I appreciate it, X, Y, and Z, whatever. Like I put some detail into it. It's like, that just gives them more incentive to stay, because it just shows that you care.
Yeah, I honestly, I got to get better at DMing people. I always I reply to a lot of people, but like I'm always like the majority I don't respond to, because it's like, hey, you want to collab? But I really need to like.
No, yeah. Those. Here's the thing. Anytime someone hits me to collab, I tell them. Well, I don't say the same thing every time, but basically, I'll send them a couple lines. Then I'll tell them to DM. Then I'll tell them to DM TJ, because I don't do free features for people.
You shouldn't.
Because a lot of people think like, yo, like you're not big. Why aren't you not doing? Why you should do it for free or whatever? It's like, I might not be big. I have certain people it's like, then I place what's it called? I place a value on myself in terms of my skill level, what I've done thus far. Like just like little like achievements that I made to this point. That's what I deem the value on for the feature. So yeah, that's just what it is. I don't let anybody in terms of collab. I just tell them, yo, DM TJ, whatever. And then after, when they find out there's money involved, they're gonna drop it, or like they're just gonna forget about it. And that's what it is. It's like you're lost.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. Yeah. But it's like, I didn't see. Okay, that makes me feel a little better, because a lot of them I don't respond to because I check out their music. I'm like, and I just don't.
No, I also feel that too. I feel that too. Yeah.
But I feel like maybe could I build a relationship with them? Probably, but it's like
maybe. Yeah, it depends.
I guess I shouldn't think that deep into it, especially if it's like 100. I get like over 100 a week just asking to collab.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you.
And it's just like kind of too
much.
A
lot of people. Yeah. And like sometimes I either sometimes ignore, or I tell them there's money involved, or it's just people hitting me up like they're asking for something without providing value first.
Yeah, that's 100% true, and I learned that from Gary Vee, and that's what that pisses me off too. It's like when people, actually my buddy that he has Alex Rome on YouTube. He's a music producer. He does production tutorials. He has about 35,000 subs. And
damn,
one thing he gets he gets so many emails about people asking
free beats.
Not even that. It's pretty much just like free advice, free listen to my song. Hey, can you listen to my song? Hey, can you shout me out on your YouTube?
Yeah.
And he told
shout outs. And other people are like, yo, can you follow me? Can you give me a shout out? It's like,
And one thing, thing he said is, when you're asking, before you ask for something, give something in return. So what he does, when he hits up people bigger than him asking to do something, he hit up this one dude. He put out Alex put out a course, and he needed some other medium-sized YouTuber to, you know, put a, like, say how good it was or something. So he's like, hey, dude, I'd love for you to, you know, what is that called? It's on the tip of my tongue. When you give feedback first, like something, like a review or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
And he was like, you know, hey, can you review my song? You know, I'll pay whatever you want. Just let me know. He's like, no, you don't got to pay. Here's your review. And he's like, so the reason he does that is because he got so tired of hearing people just asking for something. You know, when you offer money or something or time or a service, you know, most likely they're going to do it for free because they respect that.
Exactly, straight up.
So I guarantee if someone DM'd you that was a young, hungry rapper and was like, hey, I'll pay any money to do a feature with you, let me know. You know, I really love this. I love your music. I listen to it. I think we would be really good. You'd be like, nah, let's just do it. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Straight up. You got to add value before you ask for it. It's like, that's what happened, you know, when I met Fora, I didn't even think about this, like, what's it called? I didn't even, like, pre-plan this. It just happened to be this way. Like, just because I looked up to him so much, I knew he loved Black Panther, so I brought him a comic book. I wrote him a letter, and I made him like a poster or whatever. And then I packaged it for him, and I gave it to him when I met him. And then I did a freestyle for him, and like in that freestyle, like obviously I pre-wrote it. But it's like when I rap for him, you know, it was just a message to him, kind of just like, you know, how he inspired me and whatnot. So I just talked about the effect he had on me and everything. And then like, just because I had provided him so much value, he hit me with a follow. It's like
it's so crazy how it works, man.
Yeah,
it's just
for real.
It's like, dude, it just works. Like, that's why I'm so happy. Like, you know, last year and a half when I started watching Gary Vee, he like sculpted like he definitely like reassured me and like helped me become self-aware about that like kind of stuff. It's like so important like that we have like influences like that, just spreading that kind of knowledge.
Straight up. Exactly.
It's nuts, dude. And dude, it's incredible. And you know, the whole world will soon follow. Obviously not the whole world, but you know, people like us.
But you know,
people like us. And you know, when people are like, you know, you probably even DM you like, hey, your music like that, what you said in this song really helped me go through some times.
Yeah, exactly. I've gotten those. Yeah, when on my deeper tracks, people have told me that.
It's nuts. Like, how do we have that much influence?
Like, for real, man. It's like, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about a Grammy. If I can get people like those telling me my music has impacted them or affected them or inspired them in some type of way, like, that's just what keeps me going.
It's nuts, dude. I just don't get it, and that's
sometimes I can't fathom.
Yeah, it's like, fuck. Why, dude? I'm just chilling in my garage, my studio.
Yeah, it's like it's just this thing that I wrote on a paper. I found a beat and I recorded it into a microphone and uploaded it. Had this type of an effect on someone. It's like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. And dude, shout out to all these companies that made these DAWs and being able to record this easy.
Oh yeah, straight
Soon
up.
I think it will be on the phone, to be honest.
True. I feel it. The quality will just improve.
Yeah, because a lot of people hit me up, like, they make beats on their phones, and it's, like, actually nuts, because I'm like, no, you didn't, dude. Like, this sounds...
Yeah.
Like, this sounds actually really good. There's no way you did that.
For real. DJ.
There's what?
He put out a song, and, one of Logic's tour DJs. He follows me. He has like 20-something thousand on Instagram, and we were talking one day, and he was telling me how one of the songs he put out, like the quality was crisp and everything, and like this just goes to show when it comes down to the mixing, he recorded it on voice memos on his phone. Yeah, and he's like, this dude is like an actual artist. Like, he's proper. He has fans and shit like that. He's done a couple songs where he's just recorded them on his phone, but it's like when he mixes it, like when it comes down to the mixing, he's so nice with it. He makes that shit sound super crisp. You can't even tell.
That's insane, dude. Yeah, there's this one artist that actually made, I think, an album called Voice Memos. What's his name?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't know his name, but I've come across it where he said I recorded this whole shit on my phone.
Yeah. And he like recorded the percussion and stuff.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. It's wild, man. It's like for real. And it's just people, when they find this shit out, it should show them that, you know, there is no reason why you should have an excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, and like if you feel like you need to go record at a studio, fine, feel that way, but go grind, go get that money so that you can go there. It's like a lot of people just don't want to work for it, you know?
Well, yeah, they just want to make money from selling their beats or something and think they deserve it. And it's like, you know, they think they deserve everything in the world. It doesn't even make sense. It's like,
straight up.
A lot of people ask me because I quit my job and I make my living off of marketing and selling beats, and it's like, you know,
That's wild.
I was like, dude, you know, it took a long time to get here. I was, you know, working over 40 hours a week to help myself, and then saved some, and then when I started, you know, getting, I averaged, you know, once I averaged amount I was, you know, very happy with and could pay my bills and live off of. That's wild, I was like, man. Really happy, and it's like, it's not
much respect.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely hard. It's mostly from Instagram and YouTube. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's pretty nuts, dude. But it's like so possible. It's so easy if once you start doing it. But it's so hard to do in a daily thing because you do have to be consistent and.
Consistency and discipline is like one thing, man, that a lot of people need to know that it takes to make this shit work.
And it's only possible if you actually enjoy what you're doing. So it's like,
yeah, exactly. A lot of people just if you tell me that, like, some artists, you know, if they hit me up, and sometimes I ask people, what's it called? Why do you want to get into music, or I tell that one dude, why do you want to get into making beats and shit? And then he's like, I don't know what his answer was, but long-winded, he ended it with for that fame and money shit. And then I explained to him, like, dude, it's not gonna work for you if you do not genuinely want it. Like, I don't know, but if you don't genuinely want it because you love it, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, because what's gonna happen is you're not gonna see that, you know, fame and money for a while, and you're gonna quit.
Yeah.
Tell me what are your plans coming up soon? You know,
we're rolling out for now for the summer. We're rolling out. So we got quite a few singles to still roll out. Then that'll be. I can't say too much because it's like when I tell people that are following me to go check out this podcast, and if they listen to the whole thing, I don't want to give away anything for those people. But we're rolling out singles for the rest of the summer, you know, headed into September, working on some projects that are going to come before the beginning of before the end of the year anyway. Working on, you know, music videos, stuff like that, man. It's just like a bunch of stuff coming.
Yeah, visuals are definitely important. I'm looking forward to those. Without visuals, you have nothing. You have half the equation.
Yeah, exactly. Visuals
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to that. I plan to, you know, do my first official release under Jordan Baywood, you know, within the next couple weeks or within this month for sure. I have it all ready. I just want to get multiple done before I start.
Yeah.
So I can just focus on promo. But it's good that you're thinking about visuals too and all that and the rollout.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
And where can people find you at?
They can find me at the Medic 905 on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to use Snapchat, add me up there. It's the Medic Raps.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that. But I'm super happy you came on the podcast, man. It's really nice.
Thank you for having me, man. It was definitely, you know, meaningful conversation. I loved it.
Definitely, man. We're gonna definitely do something here soon, very soon.
100%.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you ever want to be on it, just hit me up or something. And if you ever want to start your own podcast and want to learn how to, I'll teach you. It's the easiest thing ever. Go on anchor.fm and log in and call your friends. Do it. It's awesome. But I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah, peace out.